Welcome home. It'd just be great to know a bit about your book and how Guernsey has received it.
So this is the third in the series about two characters, René and Flo. And I actually wrote this book ages ago, set in London, and got to the end of it and was like, what am I doing? I've got this amazing location that is just really special and beautiful. And why am I setting this book in London? So I had to rewrite the whole thing and put them back into Guernsey. And I'm so glad that I did. It feels really lovely to have come from a place like this and write about it. It's such a special island.
And what is it about Guernsey that keeps bringing these characters back and you back?
I think there's something really magical about coming from a small place, but not only a small place that's surrounded by water. So it's unusual and it's beautiful and it's dramatic. And there's sometimes this feeling when you live here that you're stuck here, and other times you feel so lucky to be here. And I think that's the kind of course that you go through as a person who grew up on an island. And so there's just loads to write about. And I think when you're writing novels, you have your great characters and you can have your great story, but when the location itself becomes a character of its own, I couldn't miss out on that. So it will just keep on giving.
And now you're living in London. How often do you get to come back to the island?
I come back quite a lot. I come back a lot in the summertime, and then I try and get a couple of trips on my own during term time without the kids, and then bring them back during the school holidays. But I come back as much as I can. I love it so much.
And when you're here, do you find it inspiring, and do you come up with story ideas while you're here?
I think if you can imagine me sitting on either Fermain Bay or at Cherbourg Point, that's where the magic happens. Like that's where I was when I was coming up with the idea of paper airplanes. And there's just nothing like sea air and a gorgeous view and peace and quiet, apart from the odd seagull screaming in your ear, that is going to give you some inspiration. And so I think I've come back for lots of kind of writing trips. I'll be that kind of stress of life over in LA or London where we lived. And I'll come back here for a weekend and just sit up in my old childhood bedroom and do some writing whilst after a good walk on the cliffs. And it always comes. The ideas always come.
And can we expect any more Guernsey features in your books?
Well, I don't feel like René and Flo's story is over here. They're only 22 in this book. And my intention has always been to write about them for the rest of their lives. So it's just a case of what age I pick them up at next, really.
And any time frame on when that might be?
I've got another one to write first. But I always think I need to be about 10 years. I think I'll jump them until they're a bit older next time. So I always need to be about 10 years ahead of them in life and have the kind of retrospective look on where they are to write about them well. So I don't know, maybe I'd like to think there's another one in 5 years at least.
And how was the signing today? How have people perceived the book?
The signing was great. I didn't think anyone was going to come, and I arrived to a queue. So that was very reassuring and really nice. It's really odd to come back to Guernsey and do worky stuff. It's always just been home. Never tried to be anything different but, dawn here. And so it's odd to be doing a event at St James tonight and for people to be queuing at a bookshop. It feels, I'm nervous, but it feels really nice. I mean, so maybe it'll be a thing now.